Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Christopher, your MC for this graduation ceremony. To start off, we'll be screening some announcements. There'll be videos after the announcements. Do sit back and enjoy the videos as you look back at the 3 years the graduates spent at the Polytechnic. Finally, if you are receiving your diploma, please return to your seats after you have collected it. Please remain seated and avoid moving around or talking during the ceremony. Thank you for your cooperation.
Before I came into Poly, I was actually a white sheet of paper. I never thought that I've come this far. This is my final year project, and I've picked up a lot of skills throughout my whole 3 years to apply it into my final year project. So this is what I have learned: 3D modeling skills, model making skills, and computer-aided design skills. And in this project, actually we went on to our project site downtown East, where we do research on youth, and we found out that they like to study outside, and also they balance study and fun at the same time. Over the 3 years, I've become a more disciplined person. In my course, it involves a lot of projects, so time management is very important. Singapore Poly has definitely made me a better person.
When I first came in, there were not many activities. As time goes by, things change and the club grew. Now we are invited to perform at people's house and even participate in national competitions. At school function, our troop welcomed VIPs with our performance. I believe our performance is comparable to other line dance troops. The thrill and satisfaction I get from each performance is indeed unforgettable. I hope more young people like me will take part in such traditional activities.
When I was in secondary school, I was still quite playful and didn't take my studies that seriously. I still had a teenager mentality. But when I came to Poly, everything changed for the better. SP treated us more like adults rather than students who just graduated from secondary school. Friends, my great classmates, make my time here more enjoyable and more fulfilling.
Well, what's my most memorable experience in SP would be my study trip to the United States. Well, we got to visit a couple of universities in the United States like UCLA, University of San Francisco, and we also got to visit big names like Disneyland and see how they manage Disneyland behind the scenes. And we also got to visit Apple and Google, which they have the ideal lifestyle of any working person. So I'm just glad that I got that experience in my SP life.
Hello, Mrs. Lim. This is Jaya Go here, your downstairs neighbor. You have already murdered my TV by your pounding. Can you stop pounding for a while so I can give it a proper funeral, okay? Please, please.
SP gave me the opportunity to go for drama appreciation classes. And it was through these classes that I came to know that I have an interest in acting. This passion for acting that I developed was later realized through 1010 Theatre Knockout. Our group participated in the competition, and the entire experience of putting up a show for an audience was really extraordinary.
Very sure. I with Miss Serangoon against 3 competitors. You know how difficult? And now they keep asking me to join the Chinese movie. I'm practicing my lines. You can look at all my fans here.
We won Best Play of the Year, Most Innovative Production of the Year, and I was awarded Best Actress. Winning these awards were one of the best moments in my life.
I took part in last year's Poly Forum 2007. The forum brought together approximately 360 students from all the polytechnics to discuss on current affairs and issues of Singapore and our future. It is a large-scale event and I didn't expect that I would be part of it. And the most memorable event for this forum was actually the ability to voice out my opinion and make it heard.
My proudest achievement in SP is to be part of the Singapore Polytechnic swimming team, which has won the Institute Varsity Polytechnic Games 2008. During our competition, our rivals included NUS, NTU, Ngee Ann Poly, Nanyang Poly, and Republic Poly, just to name a few. Through hard work and dedication, our team stuck together and we trained hard, fought hard, and we finally managed to win the title after 8 years. Overall, it has been a very memorable experience and I'm very proud of the team, and I'd like to wish my teammates all the best.
What's my best achievement in SP? Well, that would be being Vice President of SP Skate Club. Actually, I've been through thick and thin with skate club, and when me and my committee first joined skate club, it wasn't really doing that well, and so we brought it back on track. We organized all kinds of stuff to promote skate club, camps, we organized workshops, we organized demonstrations. Frankly, we have 3 camps a year, so, well, skate club, you guys are the best.
The most notable achievement of my SB life would be the receiving of a prestigious academic award, which is given to students who did exceptionally well in their course of study.
Andres and Hauser Prize, Muhammad Zahir.
I'm honored to receive this award from my director of EEE, Dr. Dave Chong. Finally, I would like to thank my parents and lecturers for giving me the inspiration, encouragement and motivation to do well in my studies. So, thank you once again.
I was involved in a one-year video production of the Making of National Day Parade 2007. The video captured the making of NDP from the initial stage of planning to the final show presented on August 9 at the Marina Bay. It was a great achievement for me as the video that we edited and filmed was being distributed to 20,000 participants, and it was a rare opportunity for me to be involved in a national event. It was a wonderful experience as I got to onboard a military helicopter to film the entire parade. It was a great experience to work with the organizers from the Ministry of Defense, and I do not mind doing it again.
Fellow graduates, this is not the end, it's only the beginning of our learning journey. So let's go out there and do SP proud.
As you embark on this new journey in your life, there will be ups and downs. But no matter what, strive hard, look forward, and never give up.
We've come this far, and now let's move forward as proud alumni of SP to make our mark in this world.
To my fellow graduates, I wish you all the best and may you succeed in whatever you do.
Well, our message to you guys is be positive in life and believe in yourself. Keep trying. If you fall and fail, keep trying till you get where you want to be. I'll see you in the working world. Ciao.
The world has 7 wonders. So has Singapore Polytechnic. We have 7 wonderful students who deserve the top honors for their well-rounded achievements. Meet Sean Cheng Xing Ji, engineer, designer, entrepreneur, athlete, and fundraiser. Sean, formerly from Delta Secondary School and St. Andrews Junior College, obtained a perfect GPA score with 41 distinctions and A's in his diploma in mechanical engineering course. His engineering and design skills won him and his team the Spinnovex Gold Award for their project, the Universal Gaming Motion Simulator. Ever the entrepreneur, Sean earns pocket money from offering product design and IT services. Knowledge gained from his creativity, innovation and enterprise modules further hones his entrepreneurial skills. An avid athlete, Sean has represented Singapore Polytechnic in many track and field events and marathons. Besides sports, this Model Student Award winner is active in fundraising activities and community service. He has taught English to students in rural areas and cleaned old folks' homes and orphanages in Medan. Sean's passion, determination, and academic excellence won him the Lee Kuan Yew Award. After his O-levels, Cliff Tan An Long wanted to be an architect. His first choice was, of course, a diploma in architecture at Singapore Polytechnic. Cliff, a former Catholic high school student with a 10-point aggregate, made the right choice. He scored a perfect GPA score of 4.0 with 21 distinctions and A's in his diploma course. He also won the prestigious Lee Kuan Yew Award. In addition, Cliff won many prizes in design and photo competitions while at the Polytechnic. Cliff attributes his success to his passion for architecture and to his mother, his role model. A Model Students Award winner, he actively helps out at charitable organizations. For instance, he shaved his hair to raise public awareness of childhood cancer at the Children's Cancer Foundation's Hair for a Hope event. Cliff hopes to further his studies overseas. For Andrew Ong, the sky's the limit. So he enrolled in the Polytechnic's Aeronautical Engineering course after his O-levels at Anglo-Chinese School Independent. While at the Polytechnic, he joined the Singapore Youth Flying Club, obtained his private pilot's license, and took off to the skies on a single-piston engine Pipe Warrior 2 aircraft. Andrew is equally successful on the water. He led the Singapore Polytechnic swimming team to win the championship trophy at the Inter-Varsity Games in 2008. Apart from his flying and swimming achievements, Andrew tops his studies on land, that is, in class. He scored 42 distinctions and A's out of 44 modules to win the Lee Kuan Yew Award. A Model Students Award winner, Andrew is thankful to his parents for teaching him to be disciplined and responsible from young. This high-flying and charismatic winner still has his feet on the ground. He hopes to study engineering at NUS or NTU before taking to the skies again as a pilot. Vincent Sim King Boon believes that his success lies in staying focused on his goals and on the sound values his parents and siblings inculcated in him. When Vincent was disappointed with his GCE O-level results, his family and friends rallied round. Since then, he turned around and wrote for the diploma in banking and financial services and scored 31 distinctions and A's. A former Anglo-Chinese School Independent, represented Singapore Polytechnic at the Asian Management Games in Kolkata, India. Being among the poorest of the poor in Kolkata made him realize that the most important lesson in life is to be contented. This Toh Chin Chai gold medal winner has been offered a place to read economics at the prominent Leonard N. Stern School of Business at New York University. Jonathan Cherian Samraj's passion for computing started when he was 10. At 14, he was already busy developing websites. And at 16, this budding technopreneur started an IT company, providing web solutions and design services to 15 companies. He hopes to grow his business into a multinational company specializing in IT security and solutions. But this diploma in information technology graduate is no mere computer geek. Jonathan served as an SP Changi Youth Ambassador and as the publicity coordinator for the School of Media and Info Communications Technology Club. He also won the Model Students Award. Jonathan admires Tim Berners-Lee, the father of the World Wide Web, and hopes that his own ideas, like those of Berners-Lee, will benefit others. This former Victoria School student scored 30 distinctions and A's and has been awarded the Lau Guan On Gold Medal. Adeline Lam Pei Lin, a 6-pointer for her O-levels, opted for the diploma in maritime transportation management because of her interest in the maritime industry. She topped her course with 33 distinctions and A's to win the Chua Chor Teck Gold Medal. Her other interest was in dance and figure skating. But a bad fall damaged her knees and shattered her dream of dancing on ice. Adeline enjoys a close relationship with her mother and wrote regularly to her when her mother was working in Indonesia for 4 years. She believes that the regular letter writing helped her to build up a strong foundation in the English language. Adeline is also a Model Student Award winner, an SP Changi Youth Ambassador, and a member of the Polytechnic's Ambassadorial Relations Corps. This Paya Lebar Methodist Girls' School student hopes to further her studies and become a diplomat. Lee Chi-ho failed his primary 1 to 4 examinations, was posted to EM3, and faced rejection and unkind remarks from classmates and neighbors. He was advised to stop school and look for work instead. But this root shock turned into a self-awakening. Chi-ho studied hard, passed his EM3 examinations, passed his N-levels at Nanhua High School, and got a perfect GPA score for his NITEC in electronics at ITE Bukit Batok. Spurred on by his good results, Chi-ho joined the Diploma in Electrical and Electronic Engineering course in Singapore Polytechnic and scored 34 distinctions and A's. A Model Student Award winner, Chi-ho was actively involved in overseas community service. For 3 years, Chi-ho's trips to the Philippines saw him changing roofs and wiring up houses in villages in the Concepcion province. He was presented with a Loyalty Award by the Mayor of Concepcion, Philippines, and was recognized as an adopted son of the province. Chi-ho achieved all this despite having to work part-time to supplement his family's income. For his perseverance and determination, Chi-ho is presented with the Tay Eng Soon Gold Medal. A bright future awaits these top graduates. We wish them the best and look forward to their contributions to the alma mater in the years to come.
Ladies and gentlemen, the graduation ceremony will begin shortly. Please switch off your handphones or put them on silent mode if you have not already done so. We have arranged for official photographers to take photos of all graduates receiving their diplomas. There is no need to come to the front to take photographs during the ceremony. I'll be inviting you to stand when the academic procession enters and leaves the convention hall. Lastly, dear graduates, please ensure that you have your admission ticket and identity card with you before you join the queue to receive the scroll box on stage. You'll be issued with a card lock-on ID and password as you leave the stage. Please keep the card as you will need it to place your orders for photos. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Our guest speaker, Dr. Dave Mosley, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. The fourth session of the 48th graduation ceremony of the Singapore Polytechnic is declared open. We welcome you to this fourth session to witness the presentation of diplomas and other awards to graduates from the School of Electrical and Electronic Engineering. Our guest speaker this morning is Dr. Dave Mosley, Senior Vice President, Global Disk Storage Operations of Seagate Technologies International. Dr. Mosley currently oversees Seagate's global manufacturing facilities, ensuring that the company's operational and supply chain capabilities remain a competitive differentiator. Prior to joining Seagate 10 years ago, Dr. Mosley worked for Micropolis Corporation. He has management experience in all major hard disk drive segments, such as enterprise, desktop, notebook, and consumer storage. Dr. Mosley is also actively contributed to numerous technical papers, patents, and conference speaking engagements. It is now my pleasure to invite Dr. Dave Mosley to deliver the graduation address. Dr. Mosley, please.
Thank you. Well, distinguished guests, Mr. Principal, parents, friends, and most importantly, graduates, good morning. Welcome. It's my distinct honor to share this moment with you. I was asked to, actually blessed to be able to come up here and offer some sage words of wisdom, some experience about the world that you're entering into, my perspective on the most recent things that are happening in that world, and also some personal stories about my time in a similar situation as to what you're in right now. I'll try to do my best here in the next few minutes to just impart on some themes, some of this wisdom that's really been passed down through me. It's not coming from me, as you'll see. What I'd like to do is I'd like to say that you're at a critical juncture in your, I'm speaking to the graduates, of course, you're at a critical juncture in your lives right now, and I have a lot of envy for you. When I went through that same period in my life, it was a tumultuous time, but I look back on it with very fond remembrances. And I think it was the time when I was taking the most challenging myself personally, but it's also the time that I made the decisions that really have formed where I went with my life and formed the accomplishments that I was so proud of. So that's why I say it's a very envious position to be in. So first of all, just let me offer my congratulations to everyone that you've got to the level that you're at. It's quite a remarkable achievement. It requires tremendous perseverance and something that you should be immensely proud of. I want to also try to let you know, from my perspective, what your advantages are going into the high-tech worlds that you will be going into, most of you, but are also going on to further your educations, some of you. I think there are severe advantages that you have, and you need to understand those strengths as you go forward. What I'd say is I'll stick to about 3 different themes. Some of them are a little bit tired, I know, in the world today, and a lot of people like to talk about them, but I'll give you my perspective from engineering management. I'm in engineering management focused here in Singapore, so I actually see the world from a Singapore perspective. My family's lived here for 3 years. Our factory here in Singapore has been here for over 20 years. Our design center has been here for over 20 years. So many of my personal experiences and the way I look at the world are from a Singaporean perspective. But let me give you 3 different themes, if you will, that I'll try to talk a little bit about. The first one is globalization. The second one is energy policy. And the third one is climate change. So like I said, you've heard a lot about these things, but it's my opportunity to give you my perspective on them from my background. From a globalization perspective, there was a few years ago, there was a book by a New York Times editorial op-ed columnist, Thomas Friedman, that a lot of people have heard about, know about. Very popular book. I love to go to bookstores. I love to go to bookstores that are specialty bookstores, technical bookstores, but I don't usually pick up the most I'll call it popular texts that they have right at the front door. I usually go towards the back for more esoteric texts. But this book by Thomas Friedman was The World is Flat. And one of my friends said, you need to read this book. And so I picked up the book and I skimmed it. I maybe read a few pages and I said, you know what? I feel like I already know this. I feel like, you know, being part of a multinational corporation with 14 different factories around the world, many different time zones, multicultural, you know, there's challenges that we've already been living for many years. I think Singapore gives you a very interesting perspective on that, and your background here in Singapore is very, it's a tremendous strength that you'll have going forward to take that out into the world. So recognize that, please. What I would say about globalization is, as opposed to all the tired cliches that have been going on in the press for the last few years, what I'd say that I'd have you take home is really, I'd relate to in a story that I personally experienced about 10 years back. I was speaking at a conference for physics educators in the U.S. These are professors who want to try to understand how to better inform, better develop their curriculum, better counsel their students on career direction. And one of the professors said something like, well, with all these jobs going overseas, this was a U.S. comment, right? So with all these jobs going overseas, how are we supposed to inspire people in high-tech careers? And I know that that's something that you probably challenge, you probably, you know, ask yourself from time to time, is that with China wanting to be so competitive, or with India wanting to be so competitive, how are we going to, you know, how am I to do this? How am I to choose my career such that, you know, I avoid some of the pitfalls that might happen? It's the same thing that professor, and obviously that professor's students were having to grapple with back then. My advice to him at the time would be markedly similar to my advice to you now, and that is that as you go out into the world, and you've probably already learned this, but you know, inside of your educational systems, it's really all about the team that you're on, and it's not about yourself as an individual. You can only succeed when you're part of a good team, and you need to bring that teamwork together. So the individual who says, well, I'm the best and I can float around and avoid global macroeconomic trends or, you know, talent shifts or what have you, I don't think those individuals are going to be successful. But the individual who commits themselves to building a team, and then that team committing themselves together, can actually do wonders. And so the strength is in your team. That's a piece of advice that I would say that if you want to counter the challenges, if you will, of globalization as you continue to see them in your careers, then always remember that. You know, make sure that you're part of a strong team and that you're contributing strongly to the team. I think I see this a lot inside of my organization as well. I think a lot of people start to look at the personal sides of it rather than the team sides of it, and that's where they get themselves in trouble, and frankly their team's in trouble. So sign your team up for a bunch of work, and you know this from your studies and your experiences. Sign your team up for a bunch of work, do your level best, and compete as a team, and you'll be stronger. So the second thing I'd like to talk about is the energy, I'm going to call it situation that we have in the world right now. We've all seen the price of oil going up. It's, you know, $129 a barrel, and there are people inside my company that will tell you, you know, if it goes down one day or up another day, that you know, how much our plans have to change. Is a very, very, very serious trend that we have now. I mean, even just 3 months back, it was at about $105 a barrel, and then you all know the story very well. Well, what you probably haven't thought of yet is that a lot of the way the world, the supply chains of the world are forming, have happened because of low labor costs in different regions. And you know, my company is a perfect example of that. We've chased low labor costs to the point where, let's say if you can make some product for $1 at a low labor area, but it costs you $2 to ship that product by air freight or whatever, and then that $2 becomes $3, that makes a big difference in your total cost of your product. So that's a good example of supply chain logistics and how the world is changing right there. But that particular phenomena ripples into many, many different things. It's very impactful when it comes to innovations in design. So making computers, making you know, I'll call it hardware for lack of a better term, making it smaller, much more power efficient, smaller so that it frankly just costs less to ship around the world, right? Making it more power efficient, making it last longer in the retail channels, you know, to get after consumer behaviors. All those things are critical deliverables into the product development and things to really keep an eye out for that we frankly didn't watch a few years ago. We didn't watch, you know, freight and shipping and logistics and things nearly as tough as we should, but it gets everybody's attention when the price of oil is doing what it is. There's another aspect of that, obviously, and you know, I've looked over some of the awards that are being given today, and some quite interesting and dynamic projects that people have been working on here in their tenure. The one thing I would say is that the innovation side of design has not been really challenged as much over the years because of power as a metric as it probably should have been. Cost has always been a really good metric, and then driving markets has always been a really good metric, but power itself, just relooking at how the world does business relative to power, is getting a second look and creating a lot of opportunities for innovation in companies. And the best example that I have of that is, you know, in Seagate, we make disk drives. Maybe some of you know this, maybe some of you don't, but Seagate's a huge company, 55,000 employees worldwide. About 10,000 are here in Singapore. So that's 18% of our global workforce is here. We've been one of the largest employers in Singapore for many, many years now. I'd say going on 20 years, so certainly in the top 5, and a large, you know, percentage of our employee base has come from the local universities here, including Singapore Poly. So there's members on my staff, for example, that are from Singapore Poly. So there's a lot of pride locally in the company. What I would say is that the thing that's not known very well is that the manufacturing center here in Singapore is actually responsible for enterprise disk drive products, and 70% of the enterprise disk drive products in the last 10 years have come out of Singapore Seagate. What's interesting about that is you go click on the internet, you access a website or something like that. Actually, from a hardware guy's perspective, what you're telling the system to do is go out and have an actuator arm go find the data that you're after, whether it's on a server somewhere or you know, whether it's on somebody's personal server or it's on a corporate server or wherever. Ultimately, you're commanding a disk drive to go get the data. Well, what's interesting about that is, so you think about that, most of the time you're clicking those buttons, those hard drives were made in Singapore. And they're going out to different parts of the world. Well, where are they going is a really interesting question right now. A lot of the drives that we're populating now are going into major server farms. You know the names, the corporate names, and I won't even have to use them, but the big search engines that we all use in our daily lives, they have massive arrays of hard drives. And the power requirements of those arrays are so big and so costly that they're actually putting these data systems, data storage centers, in areas where power is cheap. So they're relocating these data service centers into parts of the world that are real close to hydroelectric plants, dams, things like that. It's a very interesting trend. Just a minute change in design, just a minute change in the operating power requirements for our products can make a massive difference in the world. So a lot of opportunity, I'll say, for continued innovation there, but also just to impart upon you the opportunity that people here in Singapore are working on already that can impact substantially the deliverables of the products. The final thing is climate change, and this is something that's near and dear to my heart. I fancy myself, as many of us do probably, as a conservationist in my personal life. I know that when we get into corporate structures and we get into consumer behaviors and everything else, we could all do better. And we know that going forward. But this is another area for tremendous innovation that I would really, actually, the other two are more informational right now, but I would really ask you to personally try to steer your life towards innovation on this front. Our world will change quite a bit if we don't address some of these actions, if we don't green the world quite a bit. I know that inside of Seagate, obviously we have policies that we're trying to reduce our scrap, because that's a good thing. It helps our costs, and it also helps, you know, the fact that we don't have to mine as much materials. We're trying to reduce our power consumption just to get our carbon footprint down quite a bit. It saves us money, true, but it also helps the world quite a bit. And there are a lot of our customers, whether it's the big PC brand names that you know, or you know, whether it's the enterprise server farms and so on. There are a lot of our customers that are demanding this, and they're demanding this basically because of you. You are the consumers of those products, and you're telling the same story. Hey, we need not only longer battery life because I don't want to have to recharge my batteries all the time, but you also want and demand you know, more and more efficient equipment all over the time, and you're willing to pay for it. So it's this cycle that we all live in that we must improve on, and I would implore you to as you go forward to make those decisions. I think that that clearly I've steered my comments towards innovation. I've been blessed in my life that I've been able to participate in quite a bit of consumer electronics innovation. There are various products that I can point to, consumer products that I said, you know, my team did the drive that was in that product, and you know, they would be very familiar products to you. And some of them have arguably changed the way people work and the recreational you know, interests of people, games, so on and so forth. Some of those products were designed here in Singapore at a design center that's in Science Park. It's been there for about 20 years. It's tucked away right off the AYE over there. So not a lot of people know about it, but that team's been around for 20 years, and they continue to do very innovative stuff. So a lot of the source of my personal pride in my work has come from that kind of innovation that I've been a part of, and I say is still fully going on strong inside the high-tech sectors. Even with the macroeconomic conditions that we have, there's still quite a bit of innovation happening, and it's because of some of the reasons that I talked about, the demand to reduce cost, power, to solution for the consumers, some of the things that consumers always demand. So we need to make sure that we continue our innovative spirit. I encourage you to do that. I'd leave you with one story that happened to me when I was in university, my first year in university, that was very influential to me. There was a professor, elderly professor that I had, and when I was 17 years old, it was my first physics class in the university. The auditorium was not much smaller than this. There were literally this many people in the auditorium. And there was no reason for this professor, who was quite well known at the time, to really single me out as a student that he would pay any attention to. You know, I was just one face in the crowd. But for some reason, he did a couple of times. So I went to his office hours where he would help people with homework, and it was late one afternoon, and he a couple of things I remember distinctly about this will date myself a little bit, but I picked up a calculator to finish off one of the problems. That was a mistake, because he was not the kind of person who believed in calculators. But the other thing I remember is right at the very end of the session, I was ready to walk out. You know, I didn't deserve, you know, this man's time or attention, and he stopped me and he said, "So what do you want to do with your life?" And I was a little struck. You know, I said, "Well, to myself, I'm only 17 years old. I don't know what I want to do with my life. But I formed an answer that was maybe a little bit smart aleck for a 17-year-old. I said, I want to be a Renaissance man. Something I thought he would respect, right? I said I want to know a lot about many different subjects, many different issues. I want to make myself informed and as well-rounded as I can. And this professor said, he gave me the advice that I always remembered. He said, that's very noble. It's very noble to be well-rounded. It's very noble to be a Renaissance man. However, you will have a much more interesting life, and people will listen to you if you become the expert at one thing. So you must be the best at one thing in order to really differentiate yourself and make a difference. And that professor at the time, he was just in my mind, a noble, almost grandfatherly figure that I knew about. I left the university a few years later. That professor ended up a few years after that winning the Nobel Prize in physics. He won the Nobel Prize for the discovery of a particle called a neutrino. Some of you have probably heard about, and we could talk about the physics of it, but it was quite a difficult experiment he did. He won the Nobel Prize many years after his discovery, and after that, it dawned on me that I just had a one-on-one when I was 17 years old with a Nobel laureate. Now, a lot of people don't get that opportunity. It's quite special, and that he spent so much time with me was even more special to me at the time, right? As I reflect back on it, but I remember that piece of advice very distinctly, and I would leave you with that today as well. As when I said at the start, for the graduates, that I envy you. You're at a point in your lives where you will make those kinds of decisions about what your one thing will be. I've chosen mine. I went into data storage, for better or worse. I became an expert at data storage systems and how they fit into the world. You don't have to. There's many other disciplines, inside technology and otherwise, that are noble and I respect. But in order to have an interesting life and really differentiate yourself, you need to make sure you choose your one thing, and you're about to do that. So choose wisely. Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Mosley. Ladies and gentlemen, we will begin the presentation of diplomas to the graduates. This morning, we'll be presenting diplomas and other awards to 559 graduates from the School of Electrical and Electronic Engineering. May I now call upon the Director of the School of Electrical and Electronic Engineering, Dr. Dave Chong, to present the diplomas. Dr. Chong, please. Ladies and gentlemen, the graduates from the Diploma of Electronics, Computer, and Communication Engineering.
Chiu Kit E. Crystal. Fu Xiang Jie Joel. Go Wee Kyung, Jason. Kamachi Sundaram Vigvik. Khairul Anwar bin Rosawi. Khairul Azhar bin Rosawi. Li Se-hua. Li Xiu-xiu. Lim Eng-soon. Liu Jia-mei. Muhammad Nasrul Akmal bin Jamal. Ong Si-hong. Ong Yi-long. Sia Bun-tik. So Mi-tu-lun alias Su Mong-a. Tong Zi-xiong. Tong Jun-chang. Abdul Hafiz bin Abdul Hamid. Ahmad Suhadak bin Abdul Rahim. Alif Reza bin Suhaimi. Andy. Ang Bun Teng. Ang Mei Yen. Ang Wee Chong. A Kin. Chan Man Yi Adelina. Chan Wai Pan. Chan Wei Hao. Charandip Singh, GS. Chen Shichang. Cheong Gui Colin. Cheong Shun Jie. Chiu Jing Han. Chiu Lo Wen Eric. Chiu YY Jeanette. Chiu Zining Gavin. Chia Nan Yu Freeman. Qian Chao Piu. Zheng Yongsen Eugene. Chong Hui Hui, Chong Sin Yong, Chong Chi Chui, Chua Chuan Eng, Chua Chun Wei, Elvin, Chua Jun Seong, Chua Jun Ting, Chua Ming Tat, Chua Zhen Fu, Desmond Ching Wei Xiong, Yi Si Sheng Gabriel, Fang Chao Kiong, Fernando Allen, Fu Jie-yu, Terence, Fu Hui-xia, Gan Wei-wen, Benjamin, Gerard Mark Cheong Yu Liang, Gui Guo Hui, Hadizan bin Ja'aman, Hana Nasuha binti Ahmad, Ho Ri Xiang, Ho Shu-yi, Ho Su-en, Su-an, Ho Yong-hong, Hong Shi-yuan, Hun Wei-sheng, Hao Han-jie, Tet Win-lun, Huang Wen-tai, Izzat Faiz bin Rosli, Jasmine Li Chiu Xian, Jiang Jin Zhou, Kamarula bin Rosli To, Ke Zirong Ronald, Cairo Nazmi bin Baharuddin, colors bin Daud. Kin Lamin Tien. Ko Ki Seong. Ko Sheng Chi. Ko Wai Hong Ruben. Ko Wei Chiang. Ko Wei Xiang Jackson. Kok Man Ho Elwin. Kong Sun Tik. Kwang Jingwei. Kok Wan Yu. Lao Zemin Sherman. Lo Chin Hong. Lee Chi Lun. Lee Guan Kun. Lee Hong Ning. Lee Jia Sing Elizabeth. Lee Ki Wei. Lee Kun Wei Jordan. Lee Rijie Jerome. Lee Wei Sin. Lee Yi Ching. Lee Ziwei. Leong Ka-ming Aaron. Lee Chao-ming Chelman. Lee Chi-lung. Lee Ji-ting Sylvester. Liang Yao-wen Bernard. Lim Ching-zhi. Lim Gik-noi. Lim Jia-yi. Lim Jin-yi. Lim Liang-sing Kenny. Lim Po-sim. Lim Shi-fan. Lim Wei-kiet. Lim Wei Chi, Lim Yi Tong, Lim Yong Zi, Lin Jiao Jiao, Lin Shen De, Ling Chi Ming, Logarajan Raju, Lo Yen Ming Raymond, Luk Junjie, Lo Wei Hao, Maniraj Nidu Jagarajan, Mong Mong Le alias Mong Mong, Mountain Zin Lang, Muhammad Fazil bin Kamiz, Muhammad Hanif bin Suwandi, Mohandas Reddy Tamil Selvam, Muhammad Faiz bin Muhammad Faridu, Muhammad Ashari bin Arif, Muhammad Farhan bin Yunus, Muhammad Fatul Rahman bin Abdullah Manan, Muhammad Fuad bin Ramlan, Muhammad Hazik bin Saini, Muhammad Hazmi bin Haris Fadila, Muhammad Idrus bin Abdurazak, Muhammad Ridwan bin Rawi, Muhammad Suhaimi bin Sudin, Muhammad Yusuf bin Abu Bakar, Nagarajan S. Thania Malai, Neo Bun Tek, Eng Swatni Janet, Noor Razali bin Sayan, Noor Hanani binti Azman, Ong Chong Boon, Ong Chun Pao Danny, Ong Guan Kai, Ong Kai Hian, Ong Kong Jie, Ong Chiu Eng Sandra, Ong Shu Shan, Ong Wei Xiang Jeremiah, Ong Zhao Guang, Pang Mo O, Pala Murugan Lakshumanan, Pei Jin Yong, Hua Hong Ting, Pun Kin Man, Pei Gong Lin Edward, R. Omar Kalev, Ramesh Periyasamy, Ridon Rains Mark Daniel Ramos, Sanatana Viraya, Xiao Yuan Le, Shaiful bin Kamil, Sim Ing Ping, Siti Nur Radia binti Mukri, Siti Nurbai Zura binti Abdul Rahmat, So Chin Chai, So Wei Ling Samantha, So Jan Yi Charlie, Syed Fares bin Syed Essa Alzri, Tan Chin Gi, Tan Chun Heng Robin, Tan Howie Lewis, Tan Hui Lian, Tan Jeremy, Tan Ka Leong Eddie, Tan Kwan Ye, Tan Shiling Candy, Tan Shi Yang Gerald, Tan Siu Han Eugene, Tan Wei Ming, Tan Wen Wei Eric, Tan Yi Sui, sing. Tan Yuan Yi, Thế Bun Khai, Thế Phúc Guan, Thế Khai Yuan, Thế Mu Lin, Thế Du Yet Geoffrey, Thế Wei Han, Thế Zhao Hong Kenneth, Tie Sheng Ren Jonathan, Thế Yang Lung, Ting Dao Yong Gabriel, Ting Mei Feng, Tiu Bun Chong, Tiu Chi Han, Tiu Chin Kyong, Tiu Ling Ling, Tiu Yu Zhong Kelvin, Det Jowin, Tu Chak Sang, To Siok Swan Joyce, To Ping Hui, Sir Chun Ming, V. Muhammad Fayaz Imran Marika, Virainia Sin, Y. Pyo Ong, Y. Yen, Wei King Chu, William Patra, Wong Junfa, Wong Meiling, Wong Mingxiang Ernest, Wong Xiaoyu, Wong Shuhui, Wong Yongsheng, Wu Lian Tek, Yang Wei Wen Mark, Yarasha binti Muhammad. Yi Kok Han. Yo Ping Seong Thomas. Yo Long Chuan. Yu Ming Yang. Yong Chin Hao. Zhang Xu. Ladies and gentlemen, the graduates for the Diploma in Information Communication Technology. Chiu Mei Jun, Ng Yong Bin, Kwek Chang Chun, Tan Thing Yi Wilson, Ang Yi Ping Darren, Arena, Bai Jie, Balkis binti Muhammad Yusuf, Chai Yu Yu, Chan Li Boon Jared, Chan Tong Boon, Chen Guo Yi, Chen Jingxing, Ching Wei Heng Kenneth, Chua Hui Hun, Chua Zijian, Corinne Tan Suchin, Develga Sasmita, Farah Nadia Binte Mustafa, Fong Wei Lin Wendy, Fang Fiona, Gan Jui Wei, Go Zerong, Ho Wei Sheng Bradford, Ho Bing Huan, Ho Chi Chong, Irines Selhirial Bagindo, Kang Dong Hui Jeremy, Key King Lun Joel, Ko Ting Chao Benedict, Kohila Muniande, Kok Xiao Chiang, Quan Ban Tian, Li Jianbao Winston, Liu Mingru, Lim Chin Long Robin, Lim Lei Kun, Lim Lee, Lim Ming Wei, Lim Sing Yu, Lim Yong Shun, Lin Zhonghua, Lo Hui Kiat, Muhammad Fazli bin Abdul Rani, Muhammad Farid bin Kamiz, Muhammad Farid then bin A. Muhammad then, Muhammad Habib bin Abdul Salim, Muhammad Hazri Hassan, Ng Yu Swan, Ng Zhiwei, Ng Xiuwei, Nurfaha binte Ahmad Barazi, Nurul Hidayah binti Muhammad Yusuf, Ong Junlong, Ong Wan Chen, Sarah Yi Sufan, Shin Li Phoebe, Shiv Hapriya Punsolai, Xiao Miao Kit Dante, Xiao Yu Hua Jean, Siti Selina binti Kamsin, So Chu Kang, Sua Shiyin, Tan Gabriel, Tan Jiahua, Tan Kien Hong, Tan Li Yen Amanda, Tan Se Yu Cindy, Tan Taek Yong, Tan Tien Shen, Tan Shui Yun, Tan Yong Hao Jeremy, Tae Sin Yi, Teo Sun Peng, Tên Yik Nien, To Su Lin Friana, Y Yen Lin, Wang Xingqiang, Wei Weiming, Wing Weiming, Wong Se-chun Jackie, Yang Li Ting, Yap Chi Hao Jonathan, Yu Zhenlun Dylan, Zheng De-yi, Zhang Jiawen, Ladies and gentlemen, the graduates for the post-diploma courses. Deepak Thike Athayo, Mani Prasad Athayo, Maun Tun Yi, Muthusamy Manikandan, Ravi Varma Reddy Narayanan, Saravanan Maheswaran, Sundara Rajan Pavu Punusamy, Tan Jo Lun, Ying Naun So, Anguchami Tirumurugan, Chalam Gokulakanan, Tin Lin Ngu, Janat Hanam Ramesh Babu, Kaliya Varatan Suresh, Jo So Lun, Jo Wing Ong, Mao Nen Chan Lin, Mayavan Ganesamurthy, Muthu Manikam Mahindran, Myo Ming Jo, Neng Ta So, Reddy Sanjeeva, Sivagatnam Elangovan, So Tu Ya, Subramaniam Maheswaran, Subramaniam Shamugapandi, Chinapani Punda Perumal, Deba Brata Sen, Jo Zin Lin, Le Jo Tung, Min Nang Nang, Myo Tet Ong, Nun Win, Ravikuma Mangini, Sosaka No, Sushanta Kumar Malik, Tan Jo O, T Ong Win, U Tan Zing So, Jo Wing Ong, Zaya Ong, Zai Li Juan, Bu Pati Bharati Mohan, Jayaraman Rajkumar, Jayavel Rajasekha, Kati Resan Sabari Rajan, King Maun Win, Manik Kavasagam Ramesh Kumar, Muhammad Farooq Muhammad Hanif, Nagari Dakshinamurti Selvakumar. Palani Kumar Sivabalan. Pin Le Nyo. Selamutu Selva Kumar. Shamugam Pillai K. Venkata Krishnan. Somanathan Raju. Supramani Mugundan. Wang Zhen Yong. Win Tek Mount. Win Jaw. Jaw Lat.
Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the list of graduates from the School of Electrical and Electronic Engineering for this session. Thank you, Dr. Chong. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now present the prizes and course medals. May I invite Dr. Dave Mosley, Senior Vice President, Global Disk Storage Operations of Seagate Technologies International, to present prizes and course medals. Dr. Mosley, please. From the Diploma in Electronics, Computer and Communication Engineering course, the ILOC Prize, Ang Mei Yun. The NERA Telecommunications Prize, Anthony Rusley. The Cadence Prize, Banani Patra. The Mathematics and Science Prize and the Tech Source Systems Prize, Chen Chin Han. The Singapore Telecommunications Prize, Chia Siu Ping. The Philips Electronics Prize, Andre Yu Min Lun. The Texas Systems Prize, Lau Yan Chi. The Cadence Prize, Muhammad Asri bin Razali. Receiving the Motorola Prizes, Ng Jua Him. And Sun Sui Xiang. The SMC Pneumatics Prize, Tan Jian An. The Philips Electronics Prize, Tan Yong Guan. The Singapore Telecommunications Prize and the Institution of Engineers Singapore Prize, Teo Chin Tat. The Pepper and Fox Prize, Zhou Zhuyang. From the Diploma in Information Communications Technology course, the Cadence Prize, Anthony Tamara. The IEEE Singapore Communications Chapter Prize, Anthony Chua Bu Yao. The Tech Source Systems Prize, Chua Jie Xing. The Cadence Prize, Tai Yu. Receiving the Cisco Systems Book Prizes, Lionel Teo Yi Xiang. And Tin Le So alias Tin Tin Kiang. The NERA Telecommunications Prize, Yo Jie Xun. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now present the course medals. These medals are awarded to graduates for topping their courses of study. From the Diploma in Electronics, Computer, and Communication Engineering course, the ABB Gold Medal, the IEEE Singapore Joint Chapter Prize, the Infineon Technologies Academic Excellence Award, and the Shell Merit Award are awarded to Ao Kok Kiet. From the Diploma in Information Communication Technology course, the Singapore Technologies Telemedia Gold Medal and the Cisco Systems Book Prize are awarded to Timothy Tong Chien Mu. From the Advanced Diploma in Power Systems Engineering course, the Singapore Polytechnic Graduates Guild Gold Medal is awarded to Koo Heng Sing. From the Advanced Diploma in Process Control and Instrumentation course, the Singapore Polytechnic Graduates Guild Gold Medal is awarded to Chen Jie. That concludes the presentation of prizes and course medals. Thank you, Dr. Mosley. Ladies and gentlemen, giving the valedictory speech this morning is Mr. Joel Fu Xiang Jie, a graduate from the Diploma course in Electronics, Computer, and Communication Engineering. May I now call upon Joel to deliver the farewell address on behalf of the new graduates. Joel, please.
Carl Schurz once said, "Ideals are like stars. You may not succeed in touching them with your hands, but like the seafaring man on the desert of waters, you choose them as your guides. and in following them, you will reach your destiny. A very good morning to our guest speaker, Dr. Dave Mosley, Senior Vice President, Global Disk Storage Operations, Seagate Technologies International. Members of the Board of Governors, Principal Mr. Tan Hang Cheong, distinguished guests, lecturers, parents, friends, ladies and gentlemen. So here we are, 3 years after we began this journey. Through trials and tribulations, with friends and mentors, we have arrived. Indeed, it probably doesn't seem like 3 years at all. Like the blur of a roller coaster ride, it has been fun, wild, and at times disappointing. I'd like to think that the ride would never end, but alas it has, and what a ride it's been. Some of you perhaps didn't get the GPA you wanted. Some perhaps did better than expected. However, I think it's the journey that matters, not so much the destination. The friends we've made, the experiences shared, and the hardships that we've struggled through together. If you asked me the GPA that I obtained 2 semesters ago, I honestly wouldn't remember it very well. It's not that I don't care about my grades. Of course I do. But ask me how an afternoon of badminton went with my friends, and it would certainly be clearer in my mind. Clear in my mind, too, are the learning opportunities that I was given when I was attached to the RFID division at NEC Asia Pacific. I had expected to be assigned a desk job, doing routine administrative tasks, but what a pleasant surprise. My first task was to accompany the team down for an inspection of the ferry terminal. I was even invited to have lunch and to chat with the visiting executives who had flown all the way from NEC's headquarters in Tokyo, Japan, for their biannual inspection of the division. Our education was made possible by lecturers who serve as pillars of learning. I remember one occasion in particular. It was during the period just before the exams, when everyone was scrambling to get some revision done and to work on some past year papers. I was revising my subjects when I received a call from one of my lecturers. He asked me how I was doing with my revision and whether I required any help at all. I told him I didn't, but thanked him anyway. I heard the next day that he had called each class member to offer his help. This simple act of concern left me with a deep impression of a caring mentor, one who would go to such trouble for our sakes. Truly, without our lecturers, all the e-learning and self-study we could do would be nothing. I am also thankful for my parents. After a long day at the final year project lab, which sometimes stretched late into the night, I would come home exhausted. Though it was late, my mother would heat up leftovers from dinner so that I had something to eat. Our parents and lecturers have given us support in many different ways. Their love and encouragement have led us to where we are today. I'd like to call on all graduates to join me in thanking these 2 special groups of people, our parents and lecturers. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give them a round of applause. Here we are at the end of our Polytechnic education. Having just finished one long journey and now beginning on another, let us follow our stars. They may be difficult to touch, but we can use them as guides. And in following them, we will reach our destinies. And so I congratulate you, the fine, the young, the smart, and the brave, Triple E graduates of Singapore Polytechnic 2008.
Thank you, Joel. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please rise for the Singapore Polytechnic song? Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. The graduation ceremony is now adjourned. Could all graduates remain standing until the procession groups and guests have left the convention hall. Thank you for your patience. Please join us for a tea reception at the plaza at the convention center. May I invite parents and guests to leave the convention center first. Have a good day.